eventually we meet Chris Zarou.
Mm-hmm.
And
so was he still living in the basement when you guys met
man.
Chris?
Yeah, man, he was. We
Did you go when he first met Chris, like in person?
face.
Were you there?
I was there, man. I was there.
Tell me about that meeting.
Tell him, man. We met in Manhattan, so we went out with the crew, Boss Player and OB and Six and the homie Gravity back in the day, and we drove up to New York, drove up to Manhattan, and we're gonna shoot a video for Mind of Logic because that was our single for that our mixtape, and same time Logic was gonna meet and shake hands with Chris, you know, and have a lunch meeting and stuff like that. So we're shooting, and we meet up with Chris, and Logic goes off, and he takes us to his homie's house, and where we can get up on the roof and get shots and stuff like that, you know. And yeah, that was it. Then we jumped in the car and drove 4 hours back. It was just crazy like that. You know, like long day in New York, and just drive back to Maryland.
What did you think of Chris when you first met him?
It was like, you know, he seemed super straight edge, like, you know, fucking overachiever, like, you know.
A little nerdy.
Nah, it wasn't nerdy. It was just like, you know, look, you could tell, look at this guy, he's got his shit together. This motherfucker, you know, he definitely got a schedule for his schedule and shit. So, it wasn't until like, you know, months after that I'm really working with him, we saw things shoot up, man. Like, that really was like we had figured it out as far as being creative and like getting things done and getting like working the social media, and Chris like really pulled everything together. He fucking, you know, he was an intern at wherever, and he already started the label, and he was already working with artists, and you know what I'm saying, he figured out some social media stuff too, and had a following and everything. So it was it really boosted our game. We, you know, when we started releasing songs and videos for that project, the Young Sinatra mixtape, you know, we just seeing the numbers go up, and that's where we realized, like, whoa, we're getting love in Chicago and LA and, like, you know, Northwest and Florida. Like, wow, you know, the first
spread it worldwide.
Yeah, man, like it was crazy. We started, you know, really seeing it, and yeah, man, exciting. It was really exciting times, man. You know, Logic always said back in the day, man, he was like, dude, appreciate now, man. Appreciate this right now. Think about what we're doing. You know, all the work we're putting in. Because one day, it's not going to be like that. We're going to be big. We're going to be really doing it. And, you know, we're going to be begging for, you know, the simple days back, you know what I mean? Where we weren't even getting nothing out of, you know, we weren't getting no monetary funds. You know, putting our money and time and energy into it. You know, so it was, yeah, great memories.
So we've been talking about a lot of memories from the early days. Is there any other memories from those days that you remember that stand out?
Man, from those come up days, man. I remember when he told me he got signed. It's pretty insane. And then he was planning his own tour. Well, it was the Visionary Tour, him and T. But yeah, that was a big day. I was like, wow.
What was he like that day?
He was, you know, he was happy, he was calm, but we knew like this was the beginning of even more work, you know, like, it's all right, we got here, now we gotta take it there, you know what I mean? It was like, all right, this moment, it's always that thing, like 10 months before we were dreaming of that moment, and we're like, oh, it's gonna be so sweet, and then we see it coming, and it comes. Our minds are already up ahead somewhere else, like looking at the other one. Not to say we didn't appreciate it, but it's just how humans kind of work. But you know, a lot of very even keeled human being. You know, he gets excited, you know, about his art and stuff like that. You know, when it comes to business and stuff like that, you know, he's very even keeled, very clear, very, you know, very direct, and yeah. So, I mean, it was just, you know, a lot of hugs, a lot of motherfucking hell yeah, you know, and just like, and I couldn't believe Def Jam too. That really blew my mind. I was like,
yeah, such a prestigious label.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the epitome of hip hop label. You know what I mean? It's just like the amazing history, and just like it was unreal, man. It was unreal. It's unreal. Like surreal. Like so many moments in the past like 6-7 years. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you just get caught. Like this is life, man. This is like really happening.